My favorite film of all time is Whiplash, and I love it for all of the wrong reasons. If you haven't watched the movie, basically what happens is there's this drummer who is obsessed with drumming, and he throws away everything for the sake of being the best drummer of all time. In the movie, he becomes both physically and emotionally abused by his mentor.
Or are you going to be on my fucking time? And who is now weeping and slobbering all over my drum set like a fucking 9-year-old girl.
And by the environment around him.
Look, why don't you just tell Fletcher that I'm coming, you motherfucker?
Because the only thing that really matters to him is drumming, and he wants to be the best. And the correct interpretation of the movie is that the movie is a criticism of dangerous levels of obsession and dedication to one singular thing as other parts of your life falls and are neglected because you focus on one thing. But I romanticize that. I do. And it's not good. It's not healthy. It's not something I would recommend to anybody else. But for myself, the way I think about myself internally, I do romanticize that. If you think about it, what would the movie be if Andrew lived a healthy life? If Andrew decided, okay, you know what, this drumming thing, it's going way too crazy. Maybe I should just lay off of it a bit. Maybe I should reconnect with my relationships, with my friends. Maybe I should spend a few hours less on drumming. Maybe I should get the hell away from Fletcher because he's just a abusive role model. And maybe I should breathe. And I think in a scenario like that, it's not even innately bad. I think Andrew would have actually lived a pretty fulfilling life in its own way. And maybe I would tell people to go and do that with their life. It's heavily implied that the ending that we got in Whiplash, where Andrew kind of wins, is fully obsessed with drumming, and he receives the validation from Fletcher. It's implied that Andrew's going to have a fiery death. He's going to do really good at drumming, and probably the next 5 to 10 years going to blow out and die like previous students of Fletcher. It reminds me of a chess player by the name of Bobby Fischer. Basically, real life person, one of the best chess players of all time. But he went insane. He was so good, and he went so insane because all he cared about was chess. He solved chess, that's what people will say. I think once you've made it, there's no point in destroying your whole life. Like Bobby Fischer made it a long time ago. He didn't have to go ahead and still be obsessed and still kill himself over chess in his 60s. But when you're young and hungry, when you feel like you're mediocre, I don't know, I think that's it. I think that's the reason why I like this film for all the wrong reasons, and reason why other people do, is because we go on social media and we see everyone doing great things, and a lot of us feel mediocre. And the idea that we can trade this terrible feeling of being mediocre with receiving some emotional and physical abuse that may have the promise of turning us great, that's something a lot of people would want. That's something a lot of people are attracted to and romanticize. Because nothing feels worse than just being mediocre. No amount of pain feels worse than that. And that's why people love this movie. Part of us wishes that we didn't care about our lives as much and we went all in like Andrew. That's a daydream. And although I'm not gonna do that like Andrew or advise anyone else to do it like him. It definitely is a reason why I love the movie. It fully is. I love it for all of the wrong reasons. There's nothing more attractive to me than obsession over something. The desire to just get good and master one thing, and that one thing you are better than anyone else at. And yeah, it does come at a cost. But sometimes that cost doesn't feel that painful compared to living a life that just feels so fucking mediocre. A fiery, short, and explosive, brief death, or a really long, boring, and mediocre one. That's definitely the wrong interpretation of the film. Definitely not what it wanted you to get out of it, but I still love it all the same. I love Whiplash for all the wrong reasons, and I get why you may love it too.